Hello everyone! Today we're going to take a look at this discovery package right here with a volcano and a tornado. So let's open this up and see what we have. So this is the extreme weather kit. So we're going to be doing some erupting volcanoes, a solar oven, artificial snow, and a tornado vortex. Once we take everything out of the box, here are all the things inside. So we have some paint. Here is, I'm guessing this is going to be our solar oven. We have plaster for the volcano. Oh, we got citric acid, snow making powder, baking soda, and of course we need to be safe, so we have gloves and a mask. And this kit also comes with a big giant poster that you can hang on your wall of extreme weather. So this is something a little bit different of what I usually do with my videos, because I do toy videos. But once in a while, I also like to do something like this, something a little bit more educational, scientific. Once in a while, I also like to do books, for example, on this channel. So today, let's take a look at this extreme weather kit and have some fun with this. Okay, first, let me show you the solar oven. This I just want to show you and what it's used for. But the other three experiments we are actually going to do. So here we have this box. So we just need to fold it along the creases. Like this. And just put the box together. And here's our box. So as you see, it's a regular box, nothing special about it, but it has a black color. And the reason why you want to use a black box or something with a very dark color is because it attracts sunlight. And the color white or lighter colors, they don't attract light that much. So you want to always use a very dark, preferably a black color box. And now we put aluminum foil on the inside. So something like this. Again, I'm just trying to demonstrate this. Of course, if you really want to do it properly, you want to make sure that the aluminum foil is everywhere on the box, so everything is covered. But this is what you have to do. Just put aluminum foil everywhere, on the bottom, on the top, and now we can put something inside, for example, marshmallows or Pop-Tarts, something simple like that. And if we put it inside and then close this and put it directly in the sun, you will see that very quickly the inside of this is going to really heat up because the black color attracts the sunlight, and then the inside has aluminum, and so very quickly you're going to warm up your inside. And this is what a solar box is. Pretty cool. But let's go from one extreme, the heat, to another extreme, the cold. So let's look at the snow. For our second experiment, these are the four things that we need. So we have some snow making powder right over here. We have what's called a Petri dish. Once you go to school, you're going to be using this in some labs, or maybe you already are using it. And then we have a beaker, which we're gonna fill up with water, and a mixing stick. Let's perform this experiment. I filled up our small little cup with some water. So now let's put water inside of the Petri dish. We wanna cover this dish halfway like this. And now we're gonna open up this snow making powder and place some inside of the water, and let's see what happens. Okay, are you ready? So let's place some inside. Whoa, what is happening? No way. And just like that, we created snow. Check this out. Woohoo! This is fantastic. So you see, this was our second experiment. We have some of this powder, it absorbed the water, and it turned into snow. Let me just show you this from a little bit of a closer position. So we just put a little bit of this powder inside. And look at it. It's turning into snow right in front of our eyes as it absorbs all the water. And we have some snow. For our third experiment, we are going to create a tornado vortex. So inside of the kit, we have this piece right here. It looks like a cap of a water bottle from, well, both sides. You see, from one side and the other. And so for this experiment, we're gonna need 2 bottles of water, like this. And we're going to fill one of the bottles with water. So I filled it up about halfway through. So let's unscrew them. And now instead of the caps, let's put this on one of the bottles with the water on the inside. And then the other bottle, the empty bottle, is gonna go on top. So here's our next experiment. So we have this bottle of water. As you see, I placed the water about halfway through. And then I placed this blue piece that was given to us in the kit. And then an empty bottle on top. So now what we're gonna do is spin this around and then spin it really quickly. So check this out. Spin, and then let's twist it. Oh, wait a minute. Like this. Oh, did you see that? It's like a mini tornado. Let's try this again. And then spin it. Now, it's not perfect. I will probably need to have a little bit of a practice with this. But if we do this once or twice and we get a good hang of it, wow. Oh yeah, it definitely is a tornado. Now, it might be a little bit more difficult to see on camera, but if, for example, we add a little bit of food coloring or something to turn the water a different color, the effect of it is gonna be even nicer. So I would even recommend something like that. And it's gonna be easier to see that tornado inside. Oh. That's cool. Okay, at this point we are ready for our last and final experiment, and I think we have all been waiting for an exploding volcano. So we have our pieces right here, the plaster, the mold for the volcano, but here is where we have to do our safety first, truly. So in this small little packet, we have our mask. Ooh. It's nice. So first we put this on, and then of course we also have gloves that we're gonna be putting on just as a precaution as well. And here they are. So once we have our masks, our gloves on, let's get finally to the volcano itself. So first we need to create our volcano. So here we have a mold of a volcano. So what we're gonna do is put our plaster here, mix it with water, and create the volcano itself. Once we are done, we're gonna color it in, and then we're gonna put our ingredients inside, mix it with water again, and an explosion is going to be the end result. So the first thing I did, as you see, I put something protective at the bottom so that my workstation remains clean, so my desk doesn't get damaged. So I put a small piece of this white cardboard. Now what we're gonna do is put a little bit of this plaster into the mold. Maybe let's do like half of the bag. Let's transfer it here. Okay, that's enough. See, it looks like this. And now what we're gonna start doing is slowly adding our water into this while mixing it with our stick. Okay, now let's mix everything up so that we have a nice, beautiful volcano at the end. Okay, so I have been mixing for a while now. Again, you never want to add a lot of water immediately. You always want to start by adding a little bit of water and just keep on adding it and adding it. Because if you get too much water, you have a situation like this right here on top. You see, it's very, very watery, which is, again, not a big deal, but it's just going to take much longer for this to dry. So you want it to be kind of like this. This really sort of thick paste, kind of like peanut butter. That's really what you're going for if you're doing these molds. To have this consistency that is like peanut butter. And that's not easy to do. It's sometimes hard. So we've created our plaster for the volcano. So let me just spread this out evenly as much as I can. Ooh, I'm already beginning to feel it's hardening. So we have to do this quickly. Okay, so here's our mold. Now what we're gonna be doing is putting this tube right here. This is where we're gonna be adding our baking soda and citric acid to have that explosion. This is gonna be in the back, so let's put it right here. Right there in the middle of this volcano. Perfect. Okay, and now, let me just put this here. And now we're gonna add this. You see, to the back. The side vents, the pipe, the vent, how essentially the volcano functions and looks like. Okay, so we're gonna add this on the right here, so that when it hardens, we're gonna have this beautiful back to the volcano itself. And there it is. So now we just need to wait for the plaster to harden, and then we're gonna take it out of the mold and do some painting. And just like this, the plaster has settled. Ooh, some of it is falling apart on the side. Okay, let's try to now take the mold apart from the plaster, and let's see what we have. Oh, I'm really excited about this one. Okay, can we do it? It's a little bit stubborn. We got, oh, there it is. Wow, and here's our volcano. I think it came out really nice. Perfect. And here's the back. So you see over here is where we're gonna be mixing our ingredients for the explosion. And on the side, we have this information of what's happening inside a volcano. So we can put it now here. Looks pretty good. So first we're gonna paint the volcano. And then, you know what? Let me maybe put something around this volcano. Let's say dinosaurs. That would be very fitting towards a volcano. So I will show you in just a moment what I have in mind, but I think it's gonna look pretty good. Okay, so let's turn this around and let's have some fun painting this. So the first thing I'm gonna do is painted the color brown. And so once I paint everything brown, then I'm gonna go back and paint the red, the white, the yellow, make it seem like there is lava coming out of this volcano. And of course we have our brush. And now we just need to just color everything in. Okay, I think this is good enough. So you see now it's brown. On top, I wasn't so careful about painting everything brown because remember, we're gonna do a lava coming out. So most of this, if not all of this, is gonna be red or yellow. But I wanted to make sure that the bottom remains brown. So let me clean my brush from the brown paint, and then we're gonna start putting on the red paint. Ah, look how messy things are getting already. Accidentally here, I spilled some brown paint. Already you see a small little dots everywhere. So you see it's important to make sure that you're working on something that you can later throw out. And it's not like a table or something that you can damage. Okay, let's now put on the red paint on top. And then we're gonna mix it up with some yellow and some white to make it seem like there is lava coming out of this volcano. Okay, now remember, I am really doing this for the first time. So I'm like an amateur on this. I don't know how it's going to look like at the end, but I hope it's going to be good. But you know what? The most important thing is I'm having lots of fun doing this. Okay, take a look at this. What do you think? Now we have not only the brown color, but also the red as well. You see, I put a little bit more red on the sides right here, so it makes it seem like there's lava flowing from the sides. But I wanted to leave a little bit of the color red because what I'm gonna do is mix this with water. So that later on when we pour it here, it does look like lava. It's gonna be red instead of just white. Okay, so we got red, we got brown, and now let's start adding the yellow. Let's just do like twirls, something like this, so that all the colors are mixing. It looks pretty good. And we have ourselves a volcano. You know what? I'm not even gonna use the white paint. The white paint you can use to lighten up the darker colors, like the brown, for example. But I think we have enough red and yellow. Check this out. Yeah, I like it. It looks pretty good. Oh, I missed a spot. Wait a minute. There we go. Now it's perfect. Okay, so we have our volcano right there. We have our, oh my, now a very messy piece of cardboard. But to make this a little bit fun, let me put something around the volcano. I have this Dino Safari track right here, so we can put this around our volcano. And at the same time, put some dinosaurs in between. I think that would look fun. So let's maybe start our track right here. And then place something like this here. There we go. So that we're gonna have the track going around the volcano. Let's connect our track so that we can extend it a little bit more. Okay, so what do you guys think? We have these tracks going around our volcano. And you know what? Maybe we can even place some tracks right here coming out of the tunnel. Something like this. Okay. Now, let's maybe add some additions like these palm trees, for example. So I think it's already looking really good, right? We have the trees here, we have this track coming out of the tunnel, we have the track around the volcano, and then of course we have our volcano itself. You know what we're missing? We're missing some dinosaurs. So let's put in like a big one, like T-Rex right over here. Scary looking dinosaur. Oh. There it is. And then I also have some smaller ones. Check these out. So we have these smaller ones. Let's just place them. Ooh, we got this dinosaur with a big neck. Let's maybe place them right here. Maybe on top of the tunnel, on top of the small little mountain. And some here. And there. So here's our finished product. So we can start right here. Our car is gonna go from this point and it could go all the way around the volcano itself. We have those trees here. We have the tunnel and these cool looking doors. And here's our car. If we press on this button, the wheels turn. So you see, all of this is really sort of extra to create a little bit of an environment around our volcano. This is something that you can do for fun, or maybe if you have like a science project for school, then you see not only can you really do a volcano, but you could create this whole environment around the volcano itself. Okay, now you see we're going to be mixing our citric acid and our baking soda. So you see I put on my gloves just in case for safety. And now we're going to measure the same amount of baking soda. Okay, and the final step is to put in water. But for our water, remember, I mixed it with red paint. You see that leftover red paint that we had? I mixed it and now we have this really red, darkish pink color. So you can use some of that paint that is given, or you could use things like food coloring, for example. And now we're going to pour the water in there. And let's see if we're going to have an explosion. Whoa, yes! Here's our volcano exploding. Woohoo! Now that was an explosion. Uh-oh, I think one of the dinosaurs is in trouble. Now that is an explosion. So I hope you enjoyed this short little video about our extreme weather experiments that we have performed in this pack right here. If you did, then I am shortly going to be posting another one. This one is gonna be about chemistry experiments. Now this one is gonna be fun as well. So thank you so much for watching this video and supporting this channel, and I will see you shortly. Bye bye everyone.